He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
The 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. A gain of 6 there on first. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Hands it off out of the gun. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
The tackle made at the.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
(17-0) our score after 1.
Washington 17. Packers nothing.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. The gun, he'll hand this off. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up.
I really don't know where to go with this one. He caught the pass, but in the opposite direction towards his own end zone. That's not one you get every game.
So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Here's Haskins to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. It's a gain of 35.
Washington.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. On play action, Haskins. He'll buy some time right. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Add this gain to the last one, and they move the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Haskins going to throw again. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. He's trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Haskins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Caught left side by Funchess. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards the pickup there.
At the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
The ball carried by
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
He was brought down.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Packers get a score closer. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And it's 17-7.
Makes this Washington 17. Packers 7.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Haskins. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Complete.
It's a first down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw, Haskins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Now it's Lindsey. And he stopped immediately there.
Philip Lindsey on the carry.
No gain on that one as it brings up a third and 10.
No gain on the play. And it brings up
Third down. Here's Haskins. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
Their own 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they were good last time out with a touchdown drive. This go-around, it's not going to be very easy starting from inside their own 5.
But they shouldn't be daunted by it. You work on this the entire offseason. You work on it in practice. It's called coming out session. Start the ball inside the 5, start on the 5, on the 10. They should be ready to go.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Steps away to his left. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
24. Packers 7.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Rodgers. Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Fielded just inside the 20. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there.
And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Haskins. And now he'll tuck it and run. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter.
That'll be taken about a yard deep, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Gain of 4.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Albert O. 84 yards.
And this Washington offense continuing to add to their lead.
This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half is getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
5-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and is on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Hey, take 26.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. From just shy of midfield, Rodgers caught on the right side by Adams. And some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 27 yards there, a first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. You don't see that a ton, do you? Where the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Intended for number 4.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. 3rd quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted by Washington.
So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line.
A gain of 21 yards.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First down.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Another run by Lindsey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
At the 26.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will.
Haskins on the keeper.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. Washington on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Maybe a small measure of revenge for this defense because they've been thoroughly dominated so far, but a brief bright spot there with that pick 6.
Seemingly coming up for air after being dominated as you described. They get a nice play there. Probably not going to change the balance of this game, but they have to feel a little bit better about themselves after that.
Crosby with the extra point, and the lead's down to 24. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And that pick 6 a moment ago doesn't change things too much. They still seem pretty comfortable with a 3-possession fourth quarter lead. Back to the air, Haskins after the pick 6. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking to get it to Phillip Lindsay there. And it's 2nd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw again, Haskins. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Again, it's Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work an exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. That one good for 26 and a first down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. They'll try the draw, Lindsey. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A 23-yard run as his guys continue to pour it on. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, and's got him in the lead.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here in this fourth quarter.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
7 yards the pickup there.
And 3 at the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here. 2nd and 3. From the gun, Rodgers. Smith catches left side. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
56. Hey, let's get off the field,
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
They'll run for it with Dillon.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
He's
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll go again with Lindsey. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Yeah, he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23.
Gain of 8 brings up 3rd and 12.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
56, Mike.
From the gun, Rodgers. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off the pass.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. That's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Washington, it's a rare victory for them as they get that record back to 3-7. And another road date awaits them next week as their opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Packers, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.